Hello everybody, it's Ellie Diecast. We're back. This is about the first video I've shot in 2 or 3 weeks. I know I've been posting videos, but most of those were shot. I had anticipated a lapse in production. I also had promised you a few surprises a few videos ago. So first of all, this video is going to be me getting caught up. I have kind of a random selection of stuff here that I want to move out of this workshop area and get back up into the collection upstairs. Also, I wanted to tell you a few things that are coming for the show and some changes on my end. The big change is I have a new job. So I think many of you that I talked through email know that I had left the company I had been with for probably about 15 years and had gone off to try a few other things. There was a plan, really. And I am now back with the company I had left. I got a phone call. They asked me to come back in a higher up position, and so I agreed, and no lie, about 8 interviews later, I am now back with the same company. Different location, slightly different job, but I am very happy to be back. And I'm not going to get into the company names or any of that because you guys don't care. But it's, yeah, I do college administration type stuff on the digital art side of things. So I'm back doing that. Yeah, like the job. The problem is the location I'm at is a much longer commute. So I had anticipated there would be some lapse in production because I just haven't been able to get out here to shoot the videos. So I had some free time today. I thought we'd start back up. Also, the location of the shoot here, all this wonderful high-end equipment that I have here, is probably going to be moving to another location. So I would expect in the next probably 2 to 3 months that you'll start to see some changes in the production here and the things you're used to, the white box, the dioramas, that type of thing. And that should give me more room, which means we should be able to do some more tutorial videos. So with all that in mind, yeah, lots and lots of changes. Plus on top of it, we've gotten a ton of rain here in California over the last 2 weeks. More rain than we've probably gotten in the last 10 years combined. Big thunderstorm downpours, stuff we don't usually get here in California. And the road that I take from my new job to home, which was about a 2.5 hour commute each way. The road developed a sinkhole, was closed. It goes over a mountain pass. And so I've had to either go all the way down to the coast and up or all the way back and around the mountain. And that's about a 5.5 hour commute one way. So needless to say, we're working on that. That's not going to work for too long. So speaking of cars, we do have some things to look at. This video, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to the white box. I'm going to show some series. I'm not going to tell you what they are yet because I think some of these I've already shot, and that way I can just dump that footage if I've already shot it once I get up to editing. So we'll get started here in a second. We'll just see what new things I have found. We're going to wrap up a few mysteries that we left on some previous episodes, and we'll get all that cleaned up. Okay, the first series, well, maybe it isn't the first series. We'll see if this gets cut. But this series that we're going to be taking a look at is the Hot Wheels Garage series. This is a nifty little series that I found at Walmart, and I've really had to piece these together over about a month, and I still don't have all the cars. I think they hit all at once, were bought up pretty quick. And all I've been finding are the returns and the ones that fell behind the shelf. But this particular series has some really nice artwork with it. Each car is shown, so each card is a little different. They tend to go for a little bit more money. Usually that's the case when the cards are different on these series. And I found these, like I mentioned, at Walmart, but I don't know if they're at other places. I really like this series, but it's probably because the particular cars that are in this series are some of my favorite. And they did a nice job on a lot of the graphics. So, well, we'll take a look at them. This is the Purple Passion. This one is in purple with flames. Not all Purple Passions are purple, as you might know. I should show you the cars that are in the series. There are your cars. I should also mention, I think I did a, we saw some of these cars, but I didn't have very many of them, so I'm going to show the ones that I have here. This one is the Thunderbird, 58 Thunderbird, with some pretty cool graphics on it, some pretty wild graphics. One of my favorite castings, probably would make my top 20 or so. Here is the Firebird, Pontiac Firebird. There we go. Not sure which ones I'm missing. We'll figure that out in a second. There is the Eldorado Brom. I think I totally butchered that name. I wasn't expecting that. It is the 57 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. In white. We've got the Chevelle wagon. This one is probably one of the more popular ones in this series, seeing how wagons have really caught on with the collector market. This one doesn't have the crazy wild graphics on it, so it's not one of my favorites, but I do like the station wagon. We've got the 69 Corvette. This one probably pretty easy to find. Corvettes tend not to fly off the shelves too much, at least not out here. Not a lot of Corvette Hot Wheel collectors. Camaros, on the other hand, yeah, they disappear pretty quick out here. Here is your Pontiac GTO in black. I think we saw this one in the first round of looking at these. And lastly, we've got that Camaro. That is the RS in kind of a steel blue. Now, which ones don't we have? I don't have that Challenger and the Mustang. Is that the other one we're missing? I believe it's the Challenger and the Mustang we're missing. So I'll find those. Sooner or later, we'll find them. I did see these at the last show I went to, but they were asking a little bit more than what I wanted to pay for them. So, one of those series. I like these specialized series, but they do get tangled up with, as the series come and go, I lose track of which cars I'm looking for. Speaking of which, here is the, I believe this was the next series that came along, and this was the vintage. You can see it there, Vintage America. Now, I believe we saw these, so I'm going to go through these real quick. There's the Maverick Grabber. I've mentioned it before. That is my car from high school. So I do get every Maverick that comes out. Mine did not look that cool. It was about that blue. That was one of the standard colors that Mavericks came in, was that blue, but it did not have those graphics. We've got the Ford Mustang Mach 1. I should show you the cars in this series. I believe I have 6 of these so far. I've not been able to find all 10 of these. Have not seen them. They came and went too very quickly. GTO. I should mention, I mentioned it in an earlier show, but the format of our show will be changing a little bit to not feature so many new cars that are coming out. Not because I don't want to, it is because I really cannot find them fast enough anymore. My Walmarts, Targets have really all just shut down when it comes to Hot Wheels. I can't put it any other way. They just are not at all interested in getting anything out. And we've got so many collectors in the area that when they do put, the few cars they do put out, it's as if they never even put them out. They're just gone. And I, with the new job, I'm not going to be able to get there even late in the morning So instead of trying to do the impossible and keep looking for the new ones, I will cover the new cars as I find them, but we are going to be focusing more and more on the older cars because you know what? Your job schedule just never matters with old Hot Wheels. They are always there. They're aplenty. There be old Hot Wheels to be had. This is the Mercury Cougar. So those are the only ones I have of this series. Like I said, there's 10. And I don't know which ones of those I didn't have. In fact, I can barely see it in the viewfinder with the glare on my side. But there are your cars. So keep an eye out for those. You know, my like of the muscle cars and the cars from the 60s. Those series are really nice series that they came out with. So moving on, let's take a look at a few other little finds we've got. This guy, which, here, we'll put him down here. We did find one of these, or I did. Found one of these. This is the Dodge A100 pickup. I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the case. Found this one at Toys R Us. There is that little guy. Really nice job Matchbox did. I like this series with Matchbox with the rubber tires. I've not found all of them because I don't get to a Toys R Us very often. Probably pick up the ones I'm missing at the next show I go to. Rubber tires on these. This being one of Matchbox's most popular castings, if not the most popular over the last couple years. So this one is the hardest to find. And very happy to have that one. It does come with a little box, by the way. If you're new to these, there's this little box. It's empty, so you can put your car in the little box if you want. The old retro way they used to sell those. Here's one. So the story with this one, and if you're looking at that, thinking, that is not a new one. You are correct. I have not seen, strangely enough, I have never seen the new Mystery Machine that came out. And I know it's basically the same. I think it's exactly the same as this one with a different card. It was E-Case, I believe. And it was the Treasure Hunt on D or E-Case. I get them mixed up. Seeing as I haven't seen any D or E cases. But I've not been able to find the new Mystery Machine, which is a weird one because that one has been out so much that you'd think it would be easy to find. So I thought I finally found it, and this one that is the 2015 version. So this is the old one. So I bought it, didn't even need it. We've got a few of those. In fact, I think we just gave some of those away. So Matchbox has been coming out with some new models that I really like. We've heard that before. I get tangled up in which case of Matchbox these are from. There is your information on the back. And these get really tangled up out here. I probably got these at the dollar store. But this is the 55 Ford Delivery A100. We just saw the Dodge A100. This is the Ford A100. I really like that one. I think Matchbox is really doing a better job on a lot of these than Hot Wheels. Here's a fun one. This is the 59 Chevy Wagon. This one with a canoe on top. You know what? Let's open that and see if that canoe comes off. We're going to open these anyways. Let's see. It looks like you can pull that up. I'll show it to you. It's got two little holes in the roof, and that is popped through. Also, the windows are blacked out so you don't see those pegs sticking through. But so that will come off pretty easily if that's something you're interested in for your customizing needs. Here is the Volkswagen Carmen Ghia. We might have seen this one before. I'll open that one up. I'll take a closer look. I I do like that Matchbox is coming out with some cars that Hot Wheels has not really dealt with much. There's the Carmen Ghia in kind of a mint green. Next up, here's a fun one. This one's been sitting out here for quite a while, waiting for me to do something with it. That is the Boulevard Bruiser, and it is from, move it in here so we can see it in the other camera. This is from the Children's Museum in Indianapolis. I remember when these came out, it was quite a while ago, and people were buying them up. I don't think it's a car that really has gone up much in value. It does have rubber wheels. Probably a lot of these are getting used as donors at this point. I got these at the Mattel outlet. They were selling them for $1 each, so I just picked up the one. I didn't think there was much use in picking them up anymore. Let's go ahead and open this. It's not one I want to keep in the package. Had I really been thinking, for $1 I would have picked up some others to give away. It's got some nice features for a Boulevard Bruiser. There's the car. You can see on the front, I'll get a close-up of that. It says race to win. Nothing that I can see that is specific to the Children's Museum. It does have some nice paint, and it's got that tire in the back. I don't remember the Boulevard Bruiser having the tire in the back, so maybe that's something different. Haven't seen a Boulevard Bruiser in a while. This, the next series we're looking at had a Boulevard Bruiser in it, but it's one of them I don't have. So there is the Indianapolis Children's Toy Museum Boulevard Bruiser. We might as well open up this delivery van since, there we go, we can put him in the background. Okay. So the next series is that Ultimate Spider-Man Sinister Six series. I'll put this here while I talk. This series gave me trouble. I found the series at, I believe it was Walmart. I think it was Walmart. And did not have a clue what it was. I didn't know anything about this series coming out. And then couldn't find any information on it. It looks to be a series that not too many people were interested in. It's mostly fantasy cars, so that's not a big surprise. But I'll show you what threw me. I thought there were 5 cars. And then I found a car that wasn't on the back. So that got me thinking, well, then clearly there's more than 5 cars. How many cars are there? There's actually 10 cars. And here is the other back. There are 5 of the cars. And there are 5 of the cars. And there were 2 of these groups that came out at once. And I think one of them ended up at Kroger's and maybe the other ended up at Walmart. I really don't know. I didn't find any of mine at Kroger's. I don't have a Kroger's anywhere near me or a Ralph's or anything like that. But a neat series. The artwork is different on each card, so they probably went for a little bit more money. I've seen these on the secondary market going for around $2-3, and I don't really want to spend $2-3 on them. So I've picked up any of them I can find for $1. I do get flack sometimes for mentioning that I'm not willing to pay very much for these. I get somebody from Belgium that'll tell me Hot Wheels are like $5 to $10 there. Well, sorry. I'm just not willing to spend that much. So, I don't know what else to say. People sometimes get upset. Sorry. Don't mean to upset you. Just giving you the information of what they cost here in the States. So that is the Zotic. That is probably maybe my favorite of the group because Spider-Man, of course, would drive that car. There's the artwork. We'll take a look at these others real quick. I'm not going to take these out just to save some time. There's Power Pistons. That is the Lizard. Next we got Craven. I do think we saw these before, so I'm going to go through them real quick with the artwork. Next we've got Battle Spec. That is, by the way, probably one of my least favorite fantasy cars. That plastic piece always falls off, and I think the car's a little boring looking, but that is Green Goblin. Very different looking Green Goblin than I'm used to. I've not watched this cartoon. I've heard good things about it. This is Electro's Fandango. Being very inconspicuous there in his Fandango with his face on the side of it. This is Repo Duty, because when Rhino is not robbing banks and harassing Spider-Man, he works as a tow truck driver evidently at Rhino's Towing. There is, oh, we already saw Craven. Wait a second. Oh, sorry, we already saw Craven. I have one less than I thought I did. This is the Dr. Octopus. This is my son's favorite. He likes those tentacle things on the side. And that is the What For 2. And the last one I have is Bedlam. Now, I thought I had 8 of the 10 of these. I guess I only have 7. So what am I missing? Well, here are those 5. We had all those 5. So we're missing 3 of these. I know we're missing the Boulevard Bruiser. Battle Spec we had. Do we have the Monoposto? I bet it's the Monoposto. I thought I had that. I got Battle Spec and Monoposto mixed up, didn't I? Yeah. There's 3 cars here that I get mixed up. There's Battle Spec, Monoposto, and Power Pistons. Yeah, I get those 3 mixed up all the time. So I don't have the Monoposto, the Boulevard Bruiser. I guess that's it. Yeah, I guess those 2. Sorry about that. I don't know if I'll find them. I think that series has come and gone. Okay, so that's going to do it for this show. That is the Catchup show. The next show we're doing is going to be another What Is in the Box. We're going to be bringing that series back for your entertainment. And I'll see all of you then. Bye-bye.